Across the vast Pacific Ocean lies a land where ancient traditions meet modern vibrance. Welcome to Sydney, Australia. Here, the rhythm of life flows between the sparkling harbors and golden beaches. The sails of the Sydney Opera House rise like the waves of art and culture, while just steps away, the Harbour Bridge stands as a symbol of strength and adventure. Locals greet the day with surfboards at Bondi and end it with sunset walks along Darling Harbour. This is a city that thrives outdoors, where nature and skyline share the same horizon. Home to the kangaroo, Australia's most iconic native. Found from the outback to the coast, these powerful yet gentle creatures symbolize the wild beauty of the land. With every leap, they remind us that Australia is a place of motion, freedom, and untamed spirit. Join me as we journey from Los Angeles to the beating heart of Australia, Sydney, a world apart, yet somehow right at home. Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Around the Globe. Here we are, sitting in Los Angeles, and today we are taking on our longest flight sim journey yet. 14 and a half hours from Los Angeles to Sydney, Australia. So currently, we're sitting here at the gate. We are loading. Fuel is being put on board. We are taking with us 252,000 pounds of fuel to get us across the Pacific today. We're going to be hopefully landing with about 38,000 pounds still in the tank, but we do have that extra fuel just in case a diversion does happen. Also, we're going to be starting boarding here in just a moment with cargo and the catering. Passengers are already boarding here, and we are also going to be getting our flight plan finalized here once we get everything loaded up and ready to go. So welcome everybody. Episode 1 aired a few weeks ago. Here we are with our second leg of our journey of Around the Globe 2026. So glad you all came back. If this is your first video, please check out episode 1 on the channel. You can check it out in the Around the Globe playlist, and all of the future episodes will be put on not just the video page of the YouTube page itself, but you can also find it in the Around the Globe 2026 playlist. All right, so here we are, American Airlines 4523. We are going to be finishing fueling here. We're going to be getting all the passengers on board, settled in for this long journey. Like I said, this is my personal longest flight. My longest flight before this was earlier this year in 2025 from San Francisco to Tokyo. And that was 10 and a half hours. So this is by far elapsing that. And we're going to be making our way to the land down under today. With that being said, we are going to be, I'm just pulling up my charts here really quick. We're going to be looking at some nice weather as we make our way across the Pacific. We're going to be crossing over the Hawaiian Islands. We're then going to be passing by Fiji on our way down. And then we're going to be making our way, as planned right now, into runway, let's see here, looks like it's going to be 16 right. Of course, that can change over a long 14 and a half hour flight, but that is what we are currently planning on. And right now, currently in where I am in real life, it is currently 5 a.m. in the morning. It's early morning here for me. But in the sim, I actually set it to the real world time flight of 9:45 right now. And so this flight is actually taking off at 10:45 p.m. And so we're going to be doing this flight real time. And we should be landing into Australia about 9 a.m. So we'll have a nice early morning arrival into Sydney, Australia. All right, in the cockpit now, let's go down here to the FMC. Let's go perf init, and we're going to grab our IRS alignment here. But first we need to go ahead and enter in where we are at, so KLAX. Throw that in there. Go ahead and grab our position, throw that in, so now the plane knows where we're at. And we'll go next page. We'll go KLAX once more. Throw it in up top. Very good. And we are heading to Sydney, Australia. So it's going to be YSSY today. Perfect. And our flight number today is going to be American Airlines 4523. Throw that in there. Alright, in just a moment we will call for clearance to Sydney, Australia.
Responded. Error. No flight plan on file for the specified user.
Good morning, Los Angeles clearance. United 4523 Heavy requesting IFR to Sydney.
American 4523 Heavy cleared to Sydney via the Summer 2 departure. Radar vectors EVOS then as filed. Departure runway 25 right. Initial climb to 5,000. Departure on 124.3, squawk 2273.
Cleared to Sydney via the Summer 2 departure, radar vector EVOS, then as filed. Departure runway 25 right. Initial climb to 5,000. Departure on 124.3, squawk 2273 for American 4523 Heavy. Alright, so with that we can go ahead and get in our departure runway of 25 right. Go ahead and throw that in there. Okay, so taking a look at our perf init, we're going to come back to that. We're going to actually go first to our departure. So we'll go and select our departure runway of 25 right. And then over here, I'm just going to get the cargo and other areas loading here.
Please proceed with catering service. We are ready for it to be loaded.
Of course, sir.
Alright, sounds good. So we're going to go over here and select the Summer 2 departure. And select the Dinty transition. We'll hit route. We'll activate that, execute. And we'll go to the route page and we'll go ahead and start entering in our waypoints. Alright, from Dinty we're going to go to Duets. And then we're actually going to be hopping on an airway. So R576, throw that in there. And then from the R576, we're going to be going to Diallo.
Delta 419 419, contact tower on 120.905, so long.
And then from Diallo, we are heading over to Dens.
Los Angeles ground, Delta 419, ready for pushback and engine start.
And from Dens, we're going to be on the CARP.
419, Los
Next
Angeles
page.
ground, pushback and engine start approved, tail south.
And from CARP, we are going to be at Barker. And then another airway here. And then we're going to be exiting that said airway at Boyles. Just taking a look at my chart over here and my sim brief flight plan, making sure everything's lining up just fine. All right, so we're gonna do Kiz. Oh, wait, hold on here. Make sure we spell that right. Mizzly. Throw that in. Very good. and then a barb. Perfect. We'll go ahead and do one last look here. Okay, we got one more waypoint. We're going to be going to Ricky. Next page. And then an airway. Alright, so let's go over to arrivals. So right now, we're going to throw in our arrival of runway 16 left. Now, 14.5 hours from now, this obviously may change, but we're just going to get it in there. And then we will make any adjustments in flight if need be. We'll just keep an eye on, obviously, what's happening in the real world, and always copy that as we do fly with always live weather. So we're going to go back here. We'll just get rid of some of these route discontinuities. And then we'll go ahead and check our flight plan, make sure everything looks good.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
Alright, so the route looks good. We're going to go up to Perfinite here. We're going to start entering in our zero fuel weight. So we're going to go ahead and throw that in. We'll go 2,000 on the reserve for fuel. We're going to be starting at a cruise altitude of 320, 32,000 feet. We're going to plan to step climb up to 37,000 on our way down to Sydney. Cost index, definitely 160. All right, efficient fuel, that's fine. We're still loading the plane with fuel. Just ignore that for the moment. All right. Let's go over to thrust limit. Taking a look at sim brief here. We're going to be a plus cell temp of 38. And let's go over to takeoff. We're going to be flaps 5 for departure. Alright, we're going to check our CG here, make sure we're good. Now, of course, we're still loading fuel. So we can enter in our CG, but just with, keeping in mind that this will change here. So we'll check that one more time before we actually go and take off. We'll go ahead and optimize. And it looks like we're going to be at a 28.9 for our CG. So we'll get that plugged in, and then we'll check that one more time after we get pushed back from the gate, and we'll do that when we get our flaps set and everything. But for now, we'll go ahead and accept all of our takeoff speeds. And if our load sheet comes in and that needs to be adjusted, we'll always go back and readjust that as well. All right, perfect. All right, so we are all loaded up now. Cargo on board, passengers on board, catering on board. We've called for pushback. The tug is now at the plane. We'll go ahead and release this parking brake, and we'll get pushed back from the gate.
2095, American 2785. Have a good morning.
Well, Los Angeles ground, American 4523 heavy, requesting push and start.
Roger that. Have a good evening, American 2785.
American 4523 heavy, Los Angeles ground, push and start approved, tail northeast.
Thanks.
All right, pushback is started. We'll go ahead and get engine number 2 spooling up. We'll see that N2 start to rise. Once we reach that 25%, we'll introduce the fuel.
American 565 ready to taxi.
Bypass pin inserted. Just let me know when you're ready to start the pushback.
Contact tower for departure 07 Charlie Golf.
Just gotta love the hum of those engines. All right, engine number 2 looks good. We will go back up top and go engine number 1 over to start.
Hello everyone. Thank you for your
And ground,
attention.
Air
It's
Cal
time to get you
457
ready
Heavy,
for takeoff.
taxi.
And we'll go ahead and introduce that fuel.
Altitude 457 Heavy, push and start approved, tail west.
We know you have lots of choices, so thanks for choosing
So it's currently
American.
10:41
We're happy to be your
p.m.
airline.
at night in the sim.
Now if you'll just follow along with
Like I
me,
said in
we'll
the
be on
open,
our
I
way.
matched the real world flight time right now when I'm shooting this video. The real world flight is American Airlines
Welcome
777
aboard. Before we
heading
depart,
from Los
there are some
Angeles to
important
Sydney,
safety
and they
instructions.
took off at 11:08 p.m. last night. So we're taking off a little bit
First
before
things
them
first,
here, looks
let's
like,
buckle
but
those belts.
I wanted to
Insert
do the
metal
same
end into the
time
buckle
of
and
flight,
pull
so
the
that
strap
way
to tight.
when
To
we
open,
land into
zip the
Sydney
lip on the top of the
towards the end of
buckle.
this video, it's
And
going to be
remember,
around the same time
seatbelts
in the
should be
morning that
fastened
they landed
whenever
in
you're
real life,
seated,
which will be
just
right in
in
the
case
9
of
o'clock hour. So it
unexpected
should be a
turbulence.
nice early morning
To get us
arrival,
on our
which will
way,
look really
make sure
great.
your
And
seat is up, all
for me, who's
electronic
never
devices
flown
are
into
put
Sydney
away,
before,
and your tray
I
table
really
is
want to see
stowed.
what this
If you
X-plane
have a carry-on, push it all the way under the seat in
looks
front of
like
you. If it
for
won't fit, place it in
not
the
just
overhead
Australia
bin.
scenery, but Sydney as well.
If you have a handheld device, please switch
All right,
it to
so
airplane mode now.
we are good there.
You'll
2
find our
engines
full
are up and
electronic
spooling.
device
We're going to
policy
release
in the
the,
back of your American way.
or we're going to set the parking
US
brake,
law prohibits
and we're going to get our
smoking,
trim set.
including electronic cigarettes, at any time.
And so the
Tampering
trim will
with,
go
disabling,
to
or destroying smoke
5.25.
detectors in the laboratories
Perfect.
may
Looks good
result
right
in
about
fine.
there. All right.
US law requires all to
And
comply
we
with
got our
lighted
altimeter
and
already
posted signs
set.
and crew member instructions.
And we just got to get our
Now
flap
let's review
set,
the
and
safety
we'll
card. Please pay close attention,
do our
and before you know
our
it,
flight control
we'll be
check.
off. All exits on this airplane are clearly marked. Take a moment to locate the nearest one. Keep in mind, it may be behind you. All exits have evacuation slides to use in an emergency. When directed to exit, jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. Some slides may also be used as a raft, except those over the wings. You'll find the exact location on your safety card. This aircraft is designed with escape lighting on or near the floor. A sign will indicate you have reached your exit. In the event of an evacuation, escape path lighting will appear. Follow the lights until you've reached your exit. Leave all
Alright, flaps
carry-ons
have been
behind.
set to 5
Just head
degrees,
quickly
speed
and
brake
safely
looks
to the
good.
nearest exit,
And
don't
we're just going to wait
forget,
for
it
the
may be
tug to
behind you.
clear the front of the plane, and we are going to be ready to taxi.
Now, if the airplane loses pressure, oxygen masks will drop automatically. While remaining seated with your seatbelt fastened, hold down on the mask to extend the tubing. The yellow cup goes over your nose and mouth like so.
Los Angeles
Then
ground,
slip the band
American
over your head
4523
to
Heavy,
secure the
ready to
mask
taxi to
your
runway
face.
25 right.
The band adjusts automatically. Normal breathing will start the flow of oxygen. And remember to always put your own mask on first before helping others. Life vests are located either under or next to your seat. To remove
American
the vest, pull the
4523
tab
Heavy,
or
taxi to
compartment
runway
handle
25
break
right
the
via
seal.
Kilo Kilo
For
1,
help
Lima
locating
Bravo
them,
Bravo 1.
see your safety card. Remove the vest from the package like this.
Taxi to
Put the
runway
vest
25
over
right
your head.
via Kilo
Wrap the
Kilo
strap
1 Lima
around your
Bravo
waist,
Bravo 1
attach
for
the buckle,
American
and pull
4523
tight.
Heavy.
Once outside, pull the tab to inflate your vest or blow into the red tube on the side. In the water, a light on your vest will illuminate. And please, only inflate your vest outside the airplane. Now, your seat cushion may be used as a flotation device. Just remove the lower cushion and put your arms through the straps found on the opposite side.
All right, here we are. We
The
are
crew
ready
will
to
now be
taxi
coming around
and
to do a final cabin check.
make our way
After
to Sydney,
takeoff, we'll be back with
Australia.
more information.
And oh,
And if you need anything, don't hesitate
don't
to
mind me
ask.
there. Just
As always, we're here to make your flight great.
foot slipped on the
Because
rudder
great
pedal,
is
so
what we're going
we're good.
for.
So anybody who is wondering what plane we are taking around the globe in this series, this is the Flight Factor 777 V2. It is widely considered one of the best X-Plane add-ons that you can possibly have for the sim. It is by far the best long hauler. Flight Factor is talking about releasing a 787 in the future. However, we know it's going to be probably years yet from now. But it's fun to feature this 777 V2, which has been in constant development over the last several years and just recently came out of beta in the last several months.
American 4523 Heavy, contact tower on 120.905, so long.
All right, contact tower on 120.95. See ya. Los Angeles Tower, American 4523 Heavy, holding short runway 25 right, ready for departure.
American 4523 Heavy, Los Angeles Tower, runway 25 right, winds calm. RNAV Docker, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff for American 4523 Heavy. Alright, very good. We will advise the cabin that we are turning onto the runway. Flight attendants can take their seat. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
5, right.
What a journey we have in front of us. 14 and a half hours from runway to runway, 15 hours gate to gate. See how we do with our lineup here.
On runway 25, right.
All right, very good. All right, throttles to 40%. Let's get it. Episode 2, route number 2 of Around the Globe 2026 underway. Slight forward down pressure on the yoke. Airspeed's alive. $80 knots for neutral. Little gust of wind there, no problem. Use that rudder. V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Let's go flying.
Give me 1 second for that clearance. EDM Delta Echo Foxtrot, welcome to Los Angeles. Contact ground on 131.975.
Good day, Alpha Bravo Charlie.
American 4523 Heavy, contact departure on 124.3.
SoCal departure, American 4523, heavy evening climbing past 1000. SoCal departure, American 4523, heavy good evening, passing 1000 on the climb.
American 4523 Heavy, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000 vectors to McGee, then as filed.
Climb and maintain 5,000 vectors to McGee, then as filed. American 4523, heavy.
American 4523, heavy roger, continue climb to 5,000 feet.
Climbing to 5,000 feet. American 4523, heavy.
Los Angeles departure, Delta 25.
All right, over to autopilot. We'll let the airplane go ahead and climb itself out.
For 5,000. American 4523, heavy climb and maintain flight level 210.
And I've got my co-pilot doing the radio commands, and you can see how busy she is, right? So it's just nice to have that help as you're focusing on flying the plane and getting us off the ground safely. One of the good things about using Say Intentions, whereas if I was on VATSIM, that would be all of me. So really do like that feature of Say Intentions.
Delta 518 Heavy. Contact Los Angeles Center on 125.275.
Contact center on 125.275, Delta 518 Heavy. SoCal departure, good afternoon, United 627 at 2000.
United 627, Los Angeles departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 3000, cleared direct to knee.
All right, we've passed 10,000 feet. We are on our climb out. And we're going to go into our little intermission. And when we come back, we will be on our descent into Sydney, Australia.
SoCal departure, sling 0030 Mike, just left Torrance, climbing 24,000.
Sling 003 Sierra Mike. SoCal approach, radar contact.
American 4523 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280. American 4523 Heavy.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are on descent into Sydney, Australia. We're at 18,000 feet and descending. Deep breath, everybody. I know through the magic of editing, it's only been about a half hour, but you guys, it's been 14 hours and 45 minutes in the air here in real time. And I've always wanted to do this flight throughout my simming hobby career, if you want to call it that. I gotta say, this might be a one-timer. This is the longest flight by far that I've ever had to do, and I'm kind of ready to be down on the ground in Sydney, to be honest with you. So let's do it, shall we? All right. So we're descending right now. We are going to be expecting runway 16 right into Sydney, Australia. We are making our way inland right now, and then we're going to be. Once we cross over, basically we're right where the airport is located in Sydney, we're going to be flying north, and then looping back around and into runway 16 right. Now, I am using say intentions. They are telling me that runway 16 right is closed. However, we're going to ignore that because in real world right now, they are landing on 16 right. So I'm not sure why say intentions is telling me that. So if you hear them giving us vectors to 16 left, just ignore that. I do not want to be landing the 777 on 16 left. So we're going to plan for 16 right. And I will say, quick note here on say intentions. If you've been following my channel here over the last few months, I've been a big advocate of say intentions. However, this is one common issue with say intentions, is that sometimes they will give you the wrong runway to land on, whether it be the wrong direction or like the runway will just be randomly closed. And so I'm not sure where they're pulling that data from. It's certainly not from any real world statistics, but it is something that I have had to deal with. So when that happens, I just ignore it, move on, and just go about the flight in the way that it is happening in the real world. All right, guys, after almost 15 hours, we see land beneath us. And right there is the airport. You can see the runway we're going to be landing on. Runway 16 right. Once we get over land, we're going to be vectoring to the north and then looping back down to the south to be in line with our arrival runway. Passengers have been advised to go ahead and have a seat. And flight attendants will be taking a seat here shortly as well. Just taking a look here at our waypoints, making sure we're online. Currently holding at 9,000 feet, and pretty soon we're going to be vectoring down to our next waypoint altitude. All right, here's our turn north, and in just a moment, we're going to be flying over the city of Sydney, and we should be seeing skyscrapers. There they are, and then the Opera House should also be down there within view. Let's see if we can spot it. Zoom in here. Oh, there it is. Fantastic. That's so cool. There's the bridge. There's the Opera House. Very, very cool. So yeah, it's been, almost 15 hours in the air, but, the sense of accomplishment. I can see why people love doing long hauls. It's that sense of accomplishment that, we did it, right? We came all the way from Los Angeles, scheduled to be 14 and a half, 15-hour flight, and here we are. We're coming to its conclusion, and there's just something about long hauls that really, really make it special. For me, though, it's not something I like to do very much, but it's definitely fun to accomplish these long hauls when you do end up doing them.
Sir, that's what I read back. Flight level 280 for Delta 40.
Delta 40, climb flight level 310.
All right, we're going to keep some speed brake out, and in just a moment we'll start dropping some of our flaps as we continue to bleed off this altitude. And we'll be getting in line here with the approach. Okay, let's go ahead and get flaps to position 1.
Heading 340.
Left heading 340, American 4523.
Looking good.
448, contact Sydney Tower on
I'm going to get VNAV back on. I turned VNAV off just to kind of make our descent here a little more on profile. Now that we're back on profile, we'll let the plane do its thing.
Contact Sydney Tower 133.95 on the 448.
Go and clear that. We need to start bleeding off some of our speed here. Some more flaps will do that.
Heavy, 6 miles from renamed. Turn left heading 220, descend altitude 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 16 left approach.
Left heading 220, descend to 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for ILS runway 16 left approach. American 4523.
Alright, we'll go flaps 5 degrees.
Climb flight level 340, velocity 1 knot.
As we'll continue to bleed off this speed and altitude.
On 125.0.
125.0, velocity 509.
And we'll go flaps 15. We'll set our speed to 170.
QJet 21, contact Melbourne Centre on 125.0.
Tell you, I can't tell you how nice it is to be looking out over land right now. 15 hours of water. Love to see that land. Alright, let's get our final approach speed in. 146 is what we're going to be set at today. And we will drop the landing gear. See the bridge there off to our left. Sydney Opera House off to our left. Very cool. Tell you, we got very lucky with our morning arrival here. Not a cloud in the sky. Nice and sunny. Winds are calm. Definitely got nice and lucky here with this arrival.
481, holding shore, runway 34 left, Alpha 5, ready for departure. That's runway 34 left, Qantas 481. Cleared runway 34 left in my ISR clearance. We are entering 34 left for departure.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Alright, we'll keep dropping some more flaps. Go ahead and get our speed brake armed. And we're currently 7 miles out from the runway. In just a moment, we'll disconnect autopilot and we'll hand fire in.
Welcome to Sydney. Contact
Alright, auto throttle can come off, and we'll disconnect the autopilot. It's my airplane. Let's do this.
Thank you.
Alright, sounds can go up. Alright, we'll go flaps full. Now reading the pappies, it's saying I'm high, but I think I'm looking pretty good here. We're just going to continue on our descent as planned. Get that nose down just a little bit.
Roger. Use runway 16 right. Alpha Bravo Charlie.
Approaching
Alpha
16
Bravo Charlie,
right.
downwind for runway 16 right.
ZK Alpha Bravo Charlie.
A little bit of
contact
wind
departure.
pushing from our left to right. Keep a little bit of rudder in there. Keep us in line. Yeah, Pappies are still saying we're a little high, but I'm going to keep on what we're going on here. It's looking okay to me.
500.
Check.
400. Approaching minimums. 300.
Continue.
Minimums.
Landing.
200. $100.
Contact departure.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Got the power.
10.
Hold the flare.
Vision Jet Oscar Echo Tango, welcome to Sydney. Contact ground on 126.5.
Nice. Alright. Let that nose come down gently. Reverses out.
Oscar Echo Tango.
Keep her center.
American 4523, congratulations on completing a long-haul flight over 8 hours. You just earned the long-haul pilot badge.
That was kind of cool.
That takes serious dedication and endurance.
Got a shout out from Say Intentions AI. Very cool. Alright, 80 knots. Reverser stowed. Switch over to manual braking. We'll go ahead and vacate off here to the right. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome. After 15 hours, 19 minutes in the air, we're about 20 minutes late on our arrival, but that's okay. We had some serious winds coming in to Australia. Slowed us down quite a bit, but we are here nonetheless.
Contact departure.
And leg number 2 of Around the Globe 2026 is complete.
Welcome to Sydney. The local time is 9:11 a.m. and it's currently about 20.
Alright, we'll go up top here. We're going to get our landing lights to come off. And let's get that APU started. Let that spool up. And we can start cleaning up our flaps.
We apologize for the delay. Please coordinate with airline staff as necessary regarding connecting flights or accommodations.
Very nice. Alright, so we're going to taxi to the gate. We're going to go to the actual gate that the real world flight earlier today landed at. It's just going to be straight up ahead here on the left. See, runway turn off lights and come off. And, okay. And we'll get our flaps in there. Perfect. Oh, I love seeing that Air New Zealand livery off to the left here. That's really cool. Love, love, love that livery. So for episode 3 of the Around the Globe 2026 series, we're going to be going from Sydney, Australia over to Perth, Australia. Let's get this EPU bleed turned on. There we go. Looking like a little over 4-hour flight, and definitely one of the shorter flights on our route. Most of our flights are going to be either 8 hours or less. We do have a couple 10-hour flights that we still have to do. But definitely try to keep it to medium or long hauls that are 10 hours or less. The flight we just did here is by far the longest flight that we're going to have during this entire series. And I have to say, the most exhausting. When I decided to film this during the day, it meant that I had to get up at 4:30 this morning and wanted to be taken off by 6 a.m. my time. It is currently a little after 9:20 p.m. in the evening where I am right now. So As much of a fun flight as it was, it definitely consumed my day. So ready to get this plane to the gate for sure. Alright, so the actual plane that flew in real life taxied to this gate, so we're going to do the exact same. Again, I just love that Air New Zealand livery over there. I think that is so cool. I have to say, Air New Zealand and Fiji Airways or Airlines, those two have the best liveries. And if you don't know about the Fiji livery, check it out. Definitely worth a Google search because it is really one of the most unique and just incredible looking liveries there are. All right, back in the cockpit here, we're going to engage that park brake. Engine number 1, engine number 2 can come off. Engines are spooling down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sydney, Australia. We did it, everybody. We're going to go up to the menu here, attach that jetway. And we'll get in touch here with the purser and ground. Get those doors over to manual.
Over to departure, phaser 1. See you later.
Perfect.
Over to departure, phaser 1. See you
Let's
later.
go over here. We'll get connected with the ground crew. And we'll get some chocks. And let the deboarding process commence.
This is the captain. How do you hear?
Hi, Captain. Hear you loud and clear.
I always laugh at the way that these guys talk. The one guy to me sounds like the dog
Sure I
from
can.
Up. If you've
Any
seen the
other
Disney movie
requests?
Up, he sounds like how the dog talks. It makes me laugh every time.
Yes, sure.
Can I help
Alright,
you
so
with
we'll just
anything
get some
else? Can I help
loader
you with
units.
anything else?
Sure.
And that should be
Yes.
good. Should be good for right now. Just making sure I didn't miss anything here. Alright, very good. Alright, friends, that is going to do it. Here we are, sitting at the gates, Sydney, Australia. Leg number 2 of Around the Globe 2026 is complete. We're heading off to Perth, Australia next. Like I said, a little over 4 hours in that flight. Much, much, much shorter than what we just experienced here today. But we did it. You can see the passengers are deboarding. They're a little bit angry. We're 23 minutes late. We did have those heavy winds coming in from over the water just off the coast of Australia. But we're down safe and sound. And we are on to our next adventure. With that, I'm going to leave you all, and I will see you all next time. Take care.